The world is not how you see it, it is how you are. The world is a mirror. Let's go deeper into this. A person who was once slapped by someone very close. This happened many years ago. The person must have felt very bad, must have even felt hurt. It's natural. Now, this person says that the one who slapped me is a very cruel person. I still feel the pain when I remember that incident. All these years, I've been burning. Now, you will ask him, the person who slapped you or abused you or whatever the incident was certainly did hurt you, but you've been hurting yourself by remembering the same thing over and over again. Who is more cruel? That person did hurt you, but you are doing the same. And you're complaining about the hurt the other person caused you. They did it only once, but you are doing it to yourself every day. First, stop that. You are hurting yourself over and over, remembering the same thing. Have mercy on yourself. Another person complains, no one loves me. Do you? You complain about others, that no one loves me. Do you love yourself? And if you love yourself, would you want to hurt yourself? All the hatred, resentment, people are only hurting themselves. And you will realize that I am the one hurting myself, and yet I keep complaining about others. So whatever the other person is doing to me, I am doing to myself. When you complain about someone else's laziness, ask yourself, what are the situations where I am being lazy too? Okay, I'm very efficient when it comes to kitchen work or office work, but when it comes to exercise, you keep postponing it. I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. When you wake up to your own laziness, you will stop complaining about others. He is lazy, she is inefficient. Okay, let me find out where I am lazy and inefficient. Ask yourself and answer yourself. And you will be surprised. I am doing the same thing. The complaints that we have about others, we are doing the same thing. Find the fault within, not outside. That is the path to mukti. If you keep finding fault in others, freedom will always elude. So the law of reflection says that the world is not how you see it. It is what you are. Let us understand this. What you are, meaning what you are interested in. Whatever you are interested in affects your thoughts, and that becomes your world. Let us understand this through an example. You're in a car showroom and you want to purchase a car, and there are several models in various colors. You find the one that you like, a certain model in a certain color. You like the car and you book it, and it is going to be delivered to you a few days later. Now, in this period, while you wait, do you know what is going to happen while you come and go by the usual roads? You will see that car everywhere. The same model and the same color. They were always there, but now you are seeing them everywhere. Suddenly, they are a part of your world. How many of you have experienced this? Please raise your hands. Oh, nearly everyone. So you know how it happens. You have gone by that road several times. The same cars have passed by thousands of times, but you never saw them. And suddenly now you're seeing them everywhere. Meaning now they are a part of your world. Earlier they weren't. These cars were not a part of your world because you were not interested in them. The moment you became interested, booking is done. Whatever you have booked in life, that is what you're seeing. Whatever you become interested in, you start seeing it. And not just interest. Things that you fear as well. Opposite of interest. Things that you are afraid of. You see those too. When you hold on to your fears, you begin seeing those things too. Interests and fears, that becomes your world. When you say, I am interested, who is the I? If you consider yourself to be the body, that's how your interests will be. If you consider yourself to be the mind, that's how your interests will be. When you get stabilized on the self, you'll only be interested in the self. So, this is the way to change your world. Become aware about what you're interested in. What do I want to see in life? Place a booking for that. Develop interest in that. And within every person is the one who invokes interest, that inner entity that invokes interest, the interester within us. As our spiritual practice progresses, there arrives a final state where we become interested in that interester within. Interest in the interester. This has never happened before. The interester invokes interest in various things and through various bodies, hence the diverse world. Because everyone is carrying their own world. But after self-realization, self-stabilization, what will the world look like? What will you be interested in? Everything or nothing. When you are interested in the insignificant things, you are trapped in illusions and foster hatred for others. Because that's how your world is. I'm a Hindu, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Sikh, I'm a man, I'm a woman. I am smart, I am fair, I am dark. The world that is made up of such insignificant things, you transcend that world. That world is gone. After self-realization, self-stabilization, that world won't exist anymore. The world that was defined by the interests of an ignorant individual person will not exist anymore. And this can only be understood through experience. Only when you experience it happening, you'll say all those things that used to bother me are gone. What's happening? I don't see those things anymore. I don't see things that used to make me sad. All that has stopped. What's happening? Everything is the same. The same body, the same mirror, and yet everything feels new. You transcend beyond the dualities. And so you have to understand whatever I am interested in becomes my world. Can I be interested in the interester? How does the interester invoke interest and thus creates the world around us? Why did God create the world? For what purpose? What was His interest? Interest in the interester, that's the definition of a seeker. Who is a seeker? One who has become interested in the interester. Self-interest. But one doesn't have to do this. It just happens. You'll first ask yourself, what was I interested in earlier? What was I considering myself to be? And that's how my world was. It mirrored my thoughts. It mirrored my interests. Then you decide, I am going to view the world as the self, from the self's angle. And how will that world be? A world beyond dualities. And hence the term eternal happiness. Do not mistake this to be the happiness that is the opposite of sorrow. No, this is different. Beyond dualities of happiness and sorrow, for which we are trying to understand the fourth law, the law of reflection.
This is only a short glimpse of tejgyan. Tejgyan is essentially a profound and final wisdom. Tejgyan is imparted by Sirshree in the Maha-Asmani Magic of Awakening Retreat. Tejgyan Foundation organizes this retreat where the spiritual foundation of life is established, where a happy, straightforward, simple and powerful life takes shape. Till date, more than 1,00,000 seekers have participated in this retreat. If you too wish to lead your life in the light of tejgyan, if you are keen to understand the ultimate truth of life, then do participate in the Maha-Asmani Magic of Awakening Retreat. Thank you. Happy thoughts.